Hello and welcome to Tell Me in Wrestling, a podcast that uses ignorance and humour to fill the gaps between everyday life and professional wrestling. If you are new to the podcast, we are going to discuss a topic in conversation, and I am going to be told how it works in the world of wrestling. I am your chronically ignorant and chronically ill host, Phil, and I'm here with my tag team, Parupapum. Please let me introduce Carl.
Hello.
And Dan.
Ho, ho, howdy doody.
Nice, I like it.
Very nice.
No one
How
else
are we?
to dress up?
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah, Phil's wearing a Santa hat for those listening, and for those watching, they can see the monstrosity with their own eyes.
This is literally the only Christmas thing that I've done so far this year. I've got no decorations up. I'm not a...
Bah, humbug.
Yeah,
we should have worn
been a
Christmas
bit of a
jumpers,
Scrooge.
shouldn't we? We've messed up.
Well, I tried on my Christmas jumper from a few years ago, and it does not fit anymore.
It's too small.
I've
got this
a
sort of
Bret Hart one
psychedelic
that
one.
lights up, but I don't know where it is. So.
Oh, really? I've got a terrible one that lights up. I've got a Hull City one, and then I've just recently got one which is have a Hull of a Christmas.
Oh, God.
It's dreadful. And then one which has got Roy Keane on it saying, celebrating Santa while he's delivering his presents. This is his job. It's a terrible niche
prefer
reference.
that one.
I bought a Jeffrey Dahmer one.
As you do.
Oh, God, as you do.
And it
They'll make anything out of a Christmas top now, won't they?
It says, "Last Christmas, you gave me your heart." And then I realised that it's probably quite offensive, so I probably shouldn't wear it in public, and haven't. So I've not even worn it.
Oh, I thought you were just about to tee that up with, and I wore it to my staff Christmas party.
I was thinking about it, and then I thought, do you know what? If some lefty, woke, liberal snowflake could take offense to it, and then I could get a bit of trouble, so I didn't wear it.
So that's just going to be hiding in the wardrobe for quite some time.
I'll wear it like around the house. might go crazy and walk the dog in it or something like that. But yeah.
Oh, you have to wear that out on a night out. That'd be brilliant. See if anybody says anything.
I don't think they would. It's obviously it's the Netflix show Dahmer character rather than him himself, but yeah, it's still probably not a great thing to wear.
Fair.
How are you two?
I'm all right. Yeah, good. No stupid updates from my side. I think I've done.
I was actually thinking before we recorded, it was like, it's not been that long since the last episode of this one, so it hasn't given you a chance to do anything
something
silly.
Stupid.
That's been very kind to Dan.
Life has been good to me. I had a driving lesson today, and it went well.
That's good.
I didn't crash the car, so no funny stories from that side. I've cooked tea. I've done quite a lot of risky things. I cooked tea, and didn't burn anything. So
what's the real risky part about you cooking tea? Is it
giving myself food poisoning?
Is it injury to yourself or killing people through?
Are you not much of a cook?
No, I'm a great cook. I'm just sort of trying to look at life from the how can I mess it up side.
I recall living with you many years ago.
Oh yeah,
and
it was dreadful.
The extent of your cooking was going on top of a microwave dinner before you put it in
something microwave for 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
World's greatest rustlers chef.
Exactly. To be honest, I think I did eat quite a lot of rustlers.
You
back
did
then.
eat a lot of rustlers, yeah.
It was dreadful. I have no idea.
Other
why.
microwavable hamburgers are available.
Yes. So yeah, all's good my side. All's good my side. Phil?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
All's good.
You're all
that's
good.
I am.
I feel fucking miserable.
Concerned.
In case anyone wants to know. Go on. Sorry.
All right. No. Let's deep dive into your misery instead. It's much more interesting.
Carl.
I just had my Christmas party last night with work, and I'm very, very hungover today. I've had a tough old slog at work, and I just want to go in a dark room and cry. But last thing I want to be doing is this right fucking now. I'll be honest with you.
So we can see the enthusiasm seeping through the screen.
I can't wait for the juxtaposition of all the lovely Christmas music that I've got that I'm going to edit underneath all of this. Underneath the three of us just whining and moaning about
Yeah.
everything.
I am, however, looking forward to Christmas because I love getting presents. It's one of my favourite things in the world. So, yeah,
The
I can't
getting,
wait
not
for that.
this, not the receiving, not the giving.
Yeah, the receiving. I couldn't give a shit about giving presents. I just want to
Want
rip them
things.
over. Every time I get presents as well, like my missus puts them under the Christmas tree, and I'm like, socks, book, chocolates, toast chocolate orange. I just go through them all, and she's like, "Fucking stop it!"
Yeah, why,
Got, like,
why are you
X-ray.
doing that?
I don't know.
Do you need
It's
to just switch that little part of your brain off?
a compulsion. I can't.
Keep the
I've had to stop myself from doing that. I normally look at things and try to guess what it is, and there's like a pile of my stuff underneath the tree, and I'm like trying to guess what it was. As to the things that I've gone, oh, I'd like this, I'd like that, I'd like the other, and trying to guess if they've got me what I've kind of hinted towards.
It must run in my family actually, because I remember when we were kids, my sister used to unwrap not just her presents, everyone's presents under the Christmas tree, and then rewrap them for Christmas because she just wanted to know what they were.
That's
Could you-
weird.
She also told me that Santa wasn't real when I was about 5 years old, I think, 5 or 6.
A million
yeah.
ways to ruin Christmas.
Not her
Finest
strongest, finest moments Christmas.
Did you not like my little dramatic acting there?
Yeah, I did. It was good.
Yeah.
You can tell we're putting this on YouTube now, can't you?
It's all
Proper
about the
hamming it up.
facials. What? You've got to do it for the thumbnails, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Shocking Christmas revelations.
You lad want a not quite a poem, but what are they called? A Christmas carol? Is it a carol? 12 Days of Christmas.
Carol,
All right.
yeah.
So I've done a little bit of a 12 Days of Christmas, and when I wrote this, I thought
4 minutes ago.
it wasn't that long ago, but I did think maybe I would have chirped up a bit by now and would kind of put a bit of enthusiasm in, but probably not gonna, if I'm honest. So anyway, we ready? I'm not good with rhythm, so I might fuck this up, but okay, we ready? On the 12th day of Wrestmas, Vince and Tony gave to me 1,200 factions, 11 misconduct lawsuits, 10 broken tables, 9 Hardys DUIing, 8 MGFs are shooting, 7 FTRs are champing, 6 Codys are roading, 5 Dynamite rings, 4 Usos oosing, 3 Ric Flair retirements, 2 NXT reboots, and a backstage brawl leading to disarray.
Very good.
That was good.
There you go.
Very good. That's pretty much the year in wrestling.
Pretty much. Tried to boil a few things down.
In a nice little 30-second nugget.
Little Christmas carol.
The
Christmas carol.
absolute- Oui.
Sorry.
My mum is genuinely called Carol, so
She is?
she is a Christmas Carol at this time of year.
With an E or
No.
My mum's
No,
Carol.
No, she doesn't take drugs.
I was going to whack that one in the back of the net if you didn't, Phil. There we go. Now we're going.
Now we're rolling.
Off we go.
Should we carry on this poetry train with?
Yeah, Dan's got a poem.
To derail
Oh my
it.
God.
I know.
Sorry,
Let's-
just the idea of a poetry train just doesn't have the same sort of impact as literally anything else in the word train put after it.
A poem juggernaut. Come on.
Poetry train. Right, yes. So here we go. This is my version of the 12 Days of Christmas. Carl's done obviously wrestling in general. I've tried to do Tell Me in Wrestling. So for the 12 days of Tell Me in Wrestlingmas, my true love gave to me 12 I can't even read.
You can tell he's not a seasoned poet, can't you?
Not a seasoned poet. I'll go again.
Give it a bit of oomph as well. I at least tried to give it some oomph, and I'm hungover.
For the 12 days of Wrestlingmas, my true love gave to me 12 wrestling references to sports washing, 11 Chilean miners, 10-minute rant on Hitler, 9 plans are changing, 8 eggshells walked over, 7 farts in jars, 6-month hiatus, 5 Tony Khan stories, 4 made-up wrestlers, 3 podcast hosts, 2 blistered feet, and 1 big cum is all that Phil needs.
That was brilliant.
Yes, mate. Oh, we're a talented throuple of lads, aren't we?
The last few minutes have just been like the best we've ever been on this podcast.
Yeah,
peak,
that is
peak
that's
time
our
wrestling.
A material.
Which is a bit worrying, really.
Yeah.
We've hit our peak on episode 35.
Speaking of peaks, do you want to play a game? Is this a Christmas wrestling themed bit of trivia or just some shit I made up?
Nice.
You get that?
Okay.
I reckon Dan can play this as well because some of them are quite obscure. Nah, they're not too bad.
I'll let Phil do the answer first, and obviously then
Okay.
I will.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Let's see.
That seems fair.
So this is just bits of trivia. It's not gimmicks. So there's almost like little wrestling Christmas tidbits, and you just tell me if they're true or false. Yeah.
Okay.
Little,
First
nuggets for
one.
the tree.
Alberto Del Rio once ran Santa over in his car.
Yeah, I reckon that's true.
Yeah, I think that's true as well.
It's Rio. Yeah.
As
But
in,
two-
like,
He had like a limo with.
he wasn't just driving around.
He got driven into the ring on, and he ran Santa over one.
It wasn't like in the supermarket car park.
No, it was,
Right,
it was
okay.
in the arena itself. Next one,
Yeah.
and I've got more than 4, just so you know as well.
Oh.
But I don't have too many.
All right.
The Undertaker once dressed as Santa and gave everyone coal.
No. Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Don't let him.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Just to
go against it.
It's fake.
Oh.
Made it up.
I was going to say the Undertaker would never do anything
exactly.
as gimmick breaking as that.
But
like,
that's why I added in. He gave everyone coal because I thought
Yeah.
that would be a bit like maybe he did do that.
close to it.
That's what
Yeah.
suckered me in.
Then. Yeah.
I think the Undertaker did nothing. Even when he was American Badass, they tried to get him to do the Spinneroonie, didn't they?
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm not having that.
No, not doing it. And he stood there just like, and they were all in his face, and he just.
Unless I can shoot a homosexual, I'm not doing it. That's the Undertaker. Very right wing is all I'm going to say.
Very.
Did you see
It's
the other
weird,
day, off
is-
topic? The other day he was talking about this custom gun safe that someone's made him, and then they made a smaller version that's like bedside tables for him, and it's like this horrible Undertaker themed monstrosity.
Oh god.
But yeah, that just tells you how much of a right wing
like
knobhead he is.
his documentary that his like retirement
Last Ride.
documentary. Yeah, and every single T-shirt he's wearing is like the thin blue line. Like
Yeah, it's like, is
like
it proper?
proper.
Do you think he voted for Trump?
I think he.
I think it is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Next one, ready?
Yeah.
The Big Show was in Jingle All the Way.
Why? No, I remember reading something that sounds similar to this, and I can't remember
So
whether
Jingle
you've just
All the
planted it in
Ways.
my head right now. Yeah, I think he is.
See, I don't know if this is one of those Mandela, because I know he was in.
Yeah.
It's not happy. Waterboy, that's the one. But was he in Jingle All the Way? I'm going to say no, and I'm going to say it was Hulk Hogan that was in it.
It's real. He was in it.
Was Hulk Hogan in it as well? Or?
Nope.
No.
He's dressed as a massive Santa when Arnie goes to it's my favorite Christmas film, by the way. When Arnie goes to the toy factory, and it's a load of smaller dwarves, and then there's a massive one, and it's Big Show. It's before he was like famous. I think he was on WCW when he was in that.
As the giant. Yeah.
Anyway, quite just quick and easy one here. Kurt Angle wrestled Santa.
Yes.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Both correct. Well done. 3-3 so far, gents.
Oh god.
Oh.
Just if you want to, whatever.
The one with the supposed wrestling knowledge against the rest of the one without.
Yeah. But, it's pretty general.
Yeah.
Next one. Randy Orton starred in his own Christmas film.
Now, I think I've said yes to everything so far. I'm saying yes again.
He's been given some shit. Was the Christmas for? I see. I don't know if I'm giving you too much credit in coming up with, like.
You can ask no further questions, man.
Okay.
There's no
I'm
clarification.
gonna say no.
It's fake. He didn't.
Oh,
Dan gets that one. Dan gets that one not by his knowledge of wrestling, but just from completely guessing.
Could do the
I just
opposite of what I
thought
did.
because he got taken away from movies because of his whole. He did the Marine, didn't he? And it was just.
He did some after that. He did one that really serious one after that he was in. But yeah, he wasn't in a Christmas film
The
anyway.
best of actors.
No. Santa Claus won the 24/7 title.
We've discussed the 24/7
Whoa.
title in the past, haven't we, Phil?
We
Recently.
have someone's gone
Recently,
up to the North Pole to go wrestle him.
He's come down from the North Pole.
Oh,
to see somebody.
he could have come down on his only night off. His only night when he's actually working,
Yeah,
and he's
and he's
heading to the
decided.
wrestling ring.
I want
Oh
to pin.
right, yeah. I'm just gonna keep keep going.
R-Truth.
Yes, because
Yeah, I think
I don't really have
as
to
well.
think
Yeah,
too much.
I'm pretty sure Santa's won it.
Santa did win it. He did indeed. Well done. It's funny that you mentioned he came down from the North Pole, because one of my fake ones, I realised it was too outlandish, was going to be John Cena once gave the attitude adjustment to Santa in the North Pole. But I thought maybe that was too obvious.
A bit.
You would have had to
okay.
explain a few words in that.
Yeah, exactly. Last one. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Vince McMahon once credited his grapefruits, which we've talked about,
Yeah.
as the greatest Christmas gift anyone could ever receive.
I'm gonna say that's.
Is this a Vinny thing to do? Of course, it's a Vinny thing to do.
it sounds
Yes,
like
it is.
something. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
It's fake. I made it
You
up.
made it up. You made it
Oh.
up. You're just trying to
But I thought that was close enough to be believable
Yeah.
something
for
from
old Vinny.
last week, and
Yeah.
I think
Do
I'm
you-
going to
do you-
believe
either of you
everything
know
I ever
what the-
hear about VKM and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
just
Exactly.
say anything about it, yeah.
Unless it's something that
Absolutely.
comes out of Hulk Hogan's mouth, and then you can't believe it about him.
exactly.
That's the only
Yeah.
exception.
Do you want to know what the final scores were there? It was a tight one.
I think it was 4-4, wasn't it?
5-4, wasn't it?
Or
Today?
did Phil
Dan
win?
5, Phil 4.
Yeah.
Very close.
Should we do a little "Show Me the Money"?
Oh, yes, indeed.
We shall.
Okay, we'll hit that theme tune.
Show me the money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar, dollar.
So the world of wrestling is obsessed with money, from ironclad contracts to billion-dollar princesses, with money in the bank ladder matches and casino battle royales. As a $1 million man says, everyone's got a price. And this week, I want you to tell me the price of a pre-filled Christmas stocking packed full of WWE merchandise over X15 goodies included from WWE DVD, homevideo.com. So I'm going to reel off
This is a great one.
what's in this stocking filler, which starts off with a WWE stocking. You've got...
Are you going to tell us what's in it?
Yeah, a CM Punk,
Thank fuck for
a
that.
CM
'cause I
Punk
was-
wristband, a Best in the World CM Punk, yes, Best in the World CM Punk armband, a WWE branded now forever together water bottle, how would you describe this? A pull string boot bag style thing,
Right.
a collection of random stickers that you would stick on to, like one's got Kane on
Just
it, one's got
any
the
old
Undertaker.
shite. This, isn't
Random
it?
DX
Just
logo
whatever
stickers.
tat they've still got left over at the end of
Pretty
the
much.
year.
WrestleMania 10 stickers from the WrestleMania sticker book, a Kit Kat,
A Kit Kat.
Christmas Kit Kat, Santa Christmas Kit Kat, a small bag of Haribo Star Mix.
Oh my god. Is this
the
UK or is this America?
Yes, this is WWED, the home video UK website.
Oh right. Okay.
The WrestleMania 2022 annual book thing
Oh,
that
right,
they
yeah.
give out, and SummerSlam 2019 and Fastlane 2019 on DVD. Oh, sorry, and You Can't See Me rubber wristband.
What a load of shite.
What a load of in the bundle deal. So
I like the
there's-
fact that me and Carl have very contrasting styles here because he's obviously writing all of this down.
I'm making a note. Yeah.
And
are you going to check it twice?
I'm just going to hazard a wild guess.
It's a wild guess. All of that.
So,
shite.
is this currently on sale?
This is on sale right now on
This
Home
is
Video
literally
UK.
just leftover tat, isn't
This
it? 'Cause
is
it's got
left-
CM Punk. He's not been with the business. He's not been with the company for like 7
They're
years.
selling SummerSlam and Fastlane 2019 on DVD in there. They've literally just stuck their arm out on the shelves in the
You know
warehouse.
what they've done? They've found a box just full of all this shit. They've got, we have to make a profit off it somehow. What are we going to do? And then they've
They're
just,
selling a
John, go out and buy a load of stockings, will you? We're going to put all this in it and fucking send it to some
pretty
Mark.
much. They're selling Haribo Star Mix and a Kit Kat, Christmas Kit Kat in there.
Whatever, however
Forgot about
much
that.
this is, it is too fucking
much.
much.
So
Okay. How big is the stocking? Have we got dimensions?
oh god, they haven't gone into this.
What is that 10 items, was it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 items.
And
Okay.
not one quality one in the bunch.
I'm ready with my answer.
Go on.
Go on, Phil.
I'm gonna say. Fuck, no. Am I gonna say that?
£75.
He came in with his big grapefruits out,
Yeah.
swinging between his legs, and now he's backing off a bit, isn't he?
Oh, because I'm really focusing on the Kit Kat part. Like,
It's like one of those little
how much
Santa
can you,
cri-
how
you know,
much
like
can
you get-
charge someone?
Yeah, it's Christmas break. It's like a Santa
Okay.
kick.
40 pounds.
40 quid for all
40
that. Right.
quid.
Yeah.
My
All
answer was going to be, if this is more than £20, it is absolutely criminal. Absolutely criminal. Like, I would be filing charges against it if it's more than 20 quid. I'm not even joking. It is an absolute farce.
Can I just say that my answer has come down quite considerably as the game's gone on.
That's it. How much were you thinking at first?
Oh, at first I was
100
like,
quid.
this is going to be over 100. Because I thought they were going to be putting in like obvious tat that no one really wants, but
Yeah.
like enticing enough. And then because
Like
it's
one
wrestling,
or two like
just-
premium items. Or
yeah,
something like-
and then
Well-
it'd be like 130 or something, some ridiculous amount. because
DVD.
you
Who's
only ever
selling
get it.
DVDs anymore? What's happening? It's 2022 for fuck's sake.
Is
The
it?
fucking
Is it?
the network's only a tenner a month. Just get someone that for Christmas.
Is it a 2 or a 4-finger Kit Kat?
No, it's
Oh.
like a
It's
Christmas
like a chunky.
Oh, like
yeah,
a Kit Kat chunky. Oh, right.
in the shape
okay.
in the shape of a Santa.
Right.
Okay, I'm going back to my
Oh.
original. my
40
original
quid
guess.
then. Of course, it's 40
130.
quid.
Oh, you just reminded me. I've got a Maltesers rabbit to have after this.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, a little bit like that. So Phil, you're wrong. Their selling point is inside you'll find contents that are worth more than £45, instantly
Bollocks.
saving you at least £20. So the correct answer is £19.99. It's reduced
Oh,
from £23.99.
so even they know that if it was over 20 quid, it would be criminal.
Exactly, and they've had to
That is-
reduce it.
Those items are not worth 40 odd
What?
quid. It's absolute tat.
There are so many asterisks on this.
Can you put the link in the chat because I want to see this monstrosity
It's
in
absolutely
all of its
disgraceful.
glory.
Contents may vary slightly to those shown, but are guaranteed to be worth more than
Oh my,
£45.
it's just a normal. It's not even a WWE stocking. It's just a normal stocking someone's got from fucking Wilco's, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It's literally somebody's fallen around the back and
This
grabbed
is
bits.
incredible. Is this a official WWE related website?
It's wwehomevideo.com, so I think it's where they sell the DVDs.
WWE DVD.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because they got rid of Silvervision, didn't they?
yeah. So I think that's what this is. So
That is absolutely. I can't get over it.
It's a disgrace.
My what? The CM Punk stuff blows. That must have been made over 7 years ago.
Oh yeah,
those items.
absolutely. Well, more than that, he hasn't been wrestling for that stuff. The CM Punk with that logo. That's
God, the stickers
John Cena.
have the old Divas logo.
If you ended up receiving one of these as a Christmas present, how would you feel?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I've actually got this wrong. It's tattoos, not there is stickers that contains 11 tattoos on 2 sheets. It was tattooed
Like the fake.
like
kids
water tattoos. One of them has "excuse me."
Yeah,
on
that's
there,
what
so
I
that's just-
mean. Excuse me. It's got the Rock I Bring It, #1 broski from Zack Ryder. This is from absolutely years ago.
They've just. I bet those stickers don't even. So they're not iron on tattoos.
The transfer.
Lick on transfers. That's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, they probably don't even work. That is somebody who's gone through the warehouse and gone, Dave, we need to shift this.
If my missus bought me that for Christmas, I think I would break up with her on the spot. And we just got engaged not that long ago.
I can't believe that you think I would like this.
Give me that ring back now.
Yeah, I seriously. I feel
Somebody
like,
bought me the WWE album maybe not that long ago. Like
a
somebody
recent
had
album.
A friend, yeah, maybe like sorry, like the annual, sorry, not album. The annual.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant like WWE the music. Like, used to bring out back in the day.
That wasn't that long ago. Maybe 2016, 2017, and I had to sort of paint on a smile and go, "Thanks." You like
know what,
wrestling,
right?
so I bought you something that's for a child.
This is actually not. It's kind of, I guess, related to the subject matter, isn't it? But those kind of presents that you get, where like an auntie or someone, oh, I know he likes so and so, so I'll just get him this, and it's like, oh no, you like do a bit of research for fuck's sake. If you're going to spend your money on something, spend it on something that's going to be appreciated.
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably mention that we're just going to sort of fart around during this episode, play a couple of games,
Christmas.
and then have a chat at the end.
It's Christmas, yeah, exactly.
I was going to say there's no rules at Christmas, but there's never any rules in this fucking podcast anyway.
No,
It's just
exactly.
complete nonsense most of the time. So yeah.
Okay, so John Wiki. I start off on John Cena's Wikipedia page, and I fall down a wrestling rabbit hole, and then these two giant idiotic nerds have to try and guess the answer to the clues that I've given. So I have genuinely fallen down a rabbit hole. I have 4, 5. I have 6 options for you to choose from. I'm gonna kind of let you guide it a little bit.
For clues.
No, in terms I thought are we going to do best of 3 on this one?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's do best of
We'll
3.
do
Yeah.
best of 3.
Ooh,
All right,
this is gonna be
do
fun.
number 3. I don't know. Do whichever one you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have gone by 3 different names. I'm hoping that some of these are going to be quite difficult for you because you've been pissing me off how quickly you've been getting the last few.
3 different names.
I'll take a guess.
Go on.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, I'll go with Mick Foley as well. No, I mean that's what I was going to give that. But
You weren't going to say that.
No, I was.
Listen, Dan, don't cheat at John Wiki, all right? It's vital that we don't cheat at John Wiki.
I should have gone 1, 2, 3. Mick Foley, yeah.
You're both going for Mick Foley.
But it's not though, is it? Because he's gone by 4 names, so that's wrong immediately.
Do you mean he's gone by his own name?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's the 3 faces of Foley, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, go on then. Yeah. We're wrong.
It's like a robot that shut down for a second
I
there.
was going to
Yeah, my
say,
brain.
everyone
I
could
was
just
waiting for
see-
Phil to sort of
could
go.
just see
You're
the
wrong.
cogs
See,
going there.
The problem is that many, many, many wrestlers change gimmicks until they get their main gimmick.
Yeah.
So but he is probably the only one who is known by.
We've had 3 different
equally
names: Cactus
successful
Jack, Dude
gimmicks.
Love, and Mankind. But then there's Mick Foley, which is the 4th one, theoretically.
Okay, well, you're both wrong.
Oh, okay.
Wild Bull Curry won me 24 times.
I'm sorry. Repeat.
Wild
Wild Bull Curry.
Wild Bull Curry.
Yeah. Oh, I might be getting you two on this one. Won me 24 times.
I don't know who. Not Bull Nakano. Bull Curry.
Oh, wow, I've never
Nope.
heard the Wild
He was
Bull
called
Curry before.
Wild Bull Curry.
I've never heard that name before. Has
Oh, I think I've got you two on this.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a crack.
Okay.
The NWA World's Title.
Okay. Dan, have you got a guess?
yeah. That is a good answer, Carl.
I
Thank
like
you.
it.
Thank you very much.
Please don't just keep going with Carl's answer.
No, that
Stop
is a
fucking
good
cheating
answer.
at John Wiki, Dan.
No, because you can kind of NWA Worlds TNA, and then it might have come up under something else, hasn't it?
I mean, that's a Wild Bull Curry.
Yeah.
Sounds like an old school wrestling name,
yeah.
or it sounds like a very strange Indian restaurant.
Yeah. Maybe the NWA TV title.
You just copied me, but changed it slightly.
Just change it. Just don't copy too much.
Tell you what, if he keeps doing this and he ends up fucking right, I'm going to be absolutely furious.
Just tweaking your answer ever so slightly. No, you're both wrong.
Oh, come on.
I thought
Okay.
I saw a little glint in your eye when I first said that, Phil. I thought I was on then. Go on.
My last champion was Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas, who we have
Wild Bull-
mentioned
oh, no
before.
way.
He's a foot.
He's a
Yeah,
foot fetish. He loves the foot fetish, yeah.
He would have loved last week's episode, I reckon. All that chat
All that
about
talk
Dan's
about my
feet.
feet. Got my feet out on camera.
This is a tough one. So
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh fuck.
Do you know what? I can kind of feel it just on the tip of my tongue, but I can't get the words out.
Where will he been? Oh, is it? Did Tony Atlas wrestle in Hawaii? Would it have been the Hawaiian? Whatever. Oh God, what was their championship called? Hawaii something. There's something Pacific World Championship.
I've got a guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to say that Pacific World
The-
Championship.
UPW Championship.
Both incorrect, I'm afraid.
Fuck.
I want to say that you're both going down the right lines, but I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
Okay. So, after my last champion was crowned, I was never mentioned again.
Never mentioned again.
Never mentioned.
Well, that can't. Yeah, God.
So after Tony Atlas won this,
Yeah.
just all history of it just suddenly stopped.
Is this even a wrestling championship?
I think
Yeah.
this is going to be something that's so obscure that no one. But Dave Meltzer wouldn't even have been able to get it. David Meltzer, sorry, I forget to use the formal name.
Maybe.
Is it?
Last champion crown. So 3 different names.
Yep.
Wild Bull Curry's won it 3 times. Tony Atlas was the last
7.
winner.
Yep.
And
never
after
been
the
mentioned.
last one, it was never mentioned again.
Well done if anyone has actually got this answer already.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. I reckon it's. If it's never been mentioned again, I don't think it's wrestling. I think it's maybe something real, like. What's real?
What do you mean you don't think it's wrestling?
I mean, it
'Cause-
is a wrestling podcast.
I know.
No,
but
that we
maybe
sometimes take
something.
fun
Maybe
to
it's
fantasy.
something
Do you mean
like
like it could
arm
have been like
wrestling
a
and something.
bodybuilding competition
Yeah,
or something
arm
like
wrestling
that?
or
Yeah.
Okay.
bodybuilding or like.
I will say I have tried to make sure that I haven't gone into anything like that.
Oh,
so
right.
it is
Always comes
definitely,
back to
It's
wrestling.
definitely wrestling.
wrestling or someone to do with wrestling or a thing in wrestling or something like that.
Oh,
I won't go so left field as to be like, oh, it was this bodybuilding thing that this person did before they became pro.
I've
I won't
no
do that.
clue then. I've kind of the NW no. Oh, I don't know. I think I've hit a roadblock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I put you out of your Christmas misery?
What? All right, I've got one final
Never mentioned again.
guess. That's
Yeah.
probably wrong. The Jim Crockett Promotions Championship.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
No.
I think this is like an old school wrestling company
Yeah.
that Vinnie Mac put out of business. That's my theory on what it is, but I just
Georgia
think of enough
South
of them.
wrestling or something? Or no, it can't be
Go
'cause
on.
it's go
What
on.
we've got another clue, I think, haven't we?
We got
I
no-
can, but I've now got the Wikipedia page up, so I can now just
Oh,
go through.
yeah,
and
go on.
Do we
get
only
some
get
little
4
bits off it.
clues?
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah, I
whether
thought
this
we'd-
would be
yeah.
really obvious or
It's
what.
not. What
And there's no-
about
to be fair,
Memphis
there is
Wrestling
not a lot of
champion?
information on this,
Okay,
so I
he's
kind
picked a
of
very
went with what.
obscure thing, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was created in 1953 by Ed McClare Moore.
Yeah, it's like a. I'm gonna.
This is like an old territory.
Is it like APW World Championship or something?
Shall I?
Yeah.
Just
shall I
tell
tell
us,
you?
fuck it. Yeah.
It is the WCWA Brass Knuckles Championship.
Oh yeah, we didn't ever. No fucker to get
No.
that.
The Brass
Yay,
Knuckles.
Spore victory. Yeah.
Especially went far off then.
I was gonna say,
You said arm wrestling.
but that's
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's a good job we're doing 3. We have to get one of them right.
0 for 0. Yeah, Jesus.
Oh well, we might. Well, we'll see if there's a tie break. Okay, so no one got that one. A victory for me. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 left.
6.
6. Okay,
Okay.
I want to just preempt this with this was one of the most interesting articles I've read.
Oh.
I was
Ever, or about
just reading
wrestling?
bits. I was like, oh wow.
Okay.
Certainly about wrestling. It was stuff that I really did not know.
All right.
Okay,
Let's have a go then.
right. I was born in what is now known as North Korea.
Okay. Oh, Michinoku.
Taka.
Taka Michinoku.
I was going to say, but I can't remember the name, but it was a WCW event called like Collision in Korea or something
yes,
like that.
Collision in Korea. We have
the-
discussed that. I think it was still
Yeah.
called North Korea though back then.
Any traction there, Phil, in either of those answers?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Both incorrect, I'm afraid. Right. I showed interest in becoming a professional wrestler when a tour was announced to raise money for disabled children.
Oh God. I'm just gonna try and guess.
I do have a lot of clues for this particular answer. If you
Zach Gowan?
want to skip. Dan, have you got an answer?
Zach Gowan.
He's got one leg, he's disabled.
Oh yeah. No,
And he's probably young enough to have been born during the Korea War, maybe. Korean War.
I'm gonna go with like a random Japanese wrestler that might be born
Racist.
in North Korea. I know about the game might have been born in North Korea.
Didn't.
Bull Nakano.
Incorrect.
Mentioned earlier.
Right. I gained worldwide renown when I defeated. Now I apologize if I'm going to say this incorrectly. Lou Thez.
Lou
Lou Fez.
Lou Thez
Oh
in
god, this is someone
1958.
Oh god, this is some. Oh yeah, because it'll be pretty. Fucking hell.
old.
You've gone down a
God.
rabbit hole here,
You've-
Phil.
Antonio
have-
Inoki.
Okay, yeah. I'm
what
gonna
you're
go
going
with
for?
Carl's answer as well. Yeah, I'm stealing his answer.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
Really? Fuck. I really thought I had that then.
Okay. After my matches, I would often go straight to the bar, covered in blood, and to say, Work was awful today.
My
I-
knowledge of
I have a feeling
I don't
you'll
know enough about.
probably know it once I give one of the next clues. That one is a
Really?
little, yeah.
yeah,
I
my
hope
knowledge
so.
of
Lou
my-
Fez is from so long ago, though.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Look at me teaching you two.
Yeah, Antonio Inoki, Lou Fez, disabled children. No, the North Korea thing is throwing me.
That's
As is you said. That's
Mm.
why I thought Antonio Inoki, because you said about it being an interesting article, because he was like
Yeah.
a politician and stuff in Japan as well.
yeah.
So that's why I thought maybe Lou Fez, North Korea. I feel like this is going to be really obvious. Fuck, Mr. Fuji.
Oh God, is he? He's not. He's too. Who's the guy that invented the Irish whip? Sumit Mahoney.
I can't remember,
or
but
something. That the
something
guy
like
who
that,
invented.
yeah.
I'm going to say the guy who invented the Irish whip. Who he actually wasn't born in. He's Irish, but he may have been born in North Korea.
Okay. But no.
No.
Okay. I am known as the father of Peruresu. I hope I've pronounced that correctly.
Pure, yeah.
Puroresu.
Again, I don't know enough about Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know enough.
What is that fucking geezer's name?
What the booker for?
It's
New
someone
Japan?
like Antonio Inoki, but I cannot remember his fucking name.
For all Japan.
Yeah.
Oh,
And didn't
no,
they start
yeah.
Pancras as well? I can't remember. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. You're definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I've got my brains filled up with shit about American wrestling. I don't have
Yeah.
the space to fit in stuff about Japan as well.
I established Japan Pro Wrestling Alliance. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's
yeah.
clue or
It'll
not.
be Antonio Inoki is probably going to be the closest thing we're going to be able to get because
Yeah.
I just can't remember the names. Who is it?
It is Ricky Dozan
That's it.
or
Ricky Dawson. Yes.
Mitsuhiro Momota,
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
born Kim Tsin-rak.
I actually knew he was born in North Korea as well. That's annoying. As soon as you've said that name,
Yeah, I got inklings that
irritated me.
you knew who it was, but you couldn't put the name
Like I
to,
said,
to the actual
tip
person.
of my tongue, right there.
Tip of your tongue.
Oh well.
Tip of your tongue. He was really fascinating to
Yeah.
read about because I remember it said I think he was voted like the third most important wrestler of all time
Yeah. And we can't remember his
by
name. Sad.
in an article.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in Japanese. Like I said about Inoki as well. He was a politician. He fought Muhammad Ali. So there's a lot of interesting little.
There's the
tidbits
famous
with
sort
them.
of- if
It
you've
was a
seen-
side that we've not really gone over, and I've got to have a little look into it.
I've just never really gotten into it because there's just too much as it is wrestling wise. Anyway, let's crack on to the next one, shall we?
Right. The other ones are gonna say might be quite difficult as well.
Should we
Are
try
they
and
all
find-
just
right, go on.
obscure Japanese things?
Yeah.
No, tell you what, I'll do this one for you because I think
One that's
think this one.
yeah. That we might
Okay.
know. Okay.
So
okay.
I'm just going to sort this out. Right. So this is for the win.
Yeah.
I hope it's for the win anyway.
Out
We
of
could just
three.
be playing this till the end, until New Year now. Okay. My first ever professional match, I just turned up and challenged the then champion.
Okay. Oh God, Santino
Or
Morella.
Dan straight in. So you're saying Santino?
He didn't turn up and just challenge, but I'm just trying to think. Have you condensed that story
Um,
because it won it for the Intercontinental title?
I know who this is. I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar.
Both incorrect. and you'll see why with this next clue.
Oh, it's going to be.
I
I was
debuted.
born in Tokyo
That's
in
right.
1941.
Oh, well, I'm hoping you're going to know who it is. You should do. I debuted in 1939, but Dave Meltzer says it's more likely to be 1941.
Ugh. Carl, you're going to win this one.
I won't. Stan Hansen.
When did you debut?
Daniel?
Sorry, again.
1939.
1939
1939.
or
Crikey,
1941, depending on...
Depending on
1939, the
who-
year World War II started.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't know that many Luthers.
Incorrect. I'm afraid.
Is that how I'm just trying to think? Have you gone through the Wikipedia rabbit hole of going, I'll do Luthers, and then I've fallen down to
Yeah.
I
no.
took advantage of World War II to help grow the role of women in wrestling.
Oh, Fabulous
Mae Young.
Moolah.
One of you is
Ooh.
correct.
Me.
It's Dan.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Dan. Because that's interesting, because Fabulous Moolah was the one who like
Pimped out women.
pimped a lot of women out, and Mae Young was always the one that was kind of a bit nice, so I assumed it was the other one. Oh, that was good. More like that, please.
I'm glad you got one.
Thank-
Rather
thank
than
God.
there were just three. You were just
Becoming a bit of a wet
no
fart,
idea,
that, wasn't
sorry.
it? Jesus.
Yeah.
Does that mean, so overall, we're now 3-2 on the old John
3-2, I
Wikis?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
What were the other fun facts about Mae Young?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
she give
Give birth to a
Um,
hand.
What?
She gave birth to a hand.
What?
Yeah. And then she was with Mark Henry, he was a big
Yeah.
black guy, and they called him Sexual Chocolate.
I was going to
and
say she had a
then-
kayfabe pregnancy with him.
Yeah, but it was a hand
It
that
was a
came
hand that
out.
she gave birth.
And then 10 years later, they did like a reunion show, and
Oh,
this
he's
guy
right.
in a massive hand suit was like running around. It was like, my son.
It was this
Did
year's
they explain why he was a hand?
No, I
because
don't
they
think
wanted
so.
they wanted to sort of like kill the storyline,
get
and
rid
they
of
were
it,
just like,
yeah.
there you go, just make something stupid, because they were like, how the hell are we supposed to have her give birth to? What are we going to do with the child? Like, so there was like, I think it was just what can she give birth to, and they were just coming up with random stuff, and then they never explained it.
Sometimes
then-
wrestling will have storylines, and then they're like, right, we need to fucking wrap this up now and get someone onto the next rivalry or whatever. And they'll do one of two things. They either completely drop every mention of it and never reference it again,
Yeah.
or they have some kind of weird non sequitur ending that you're like, what? It's like, there was this big thing around, there was a mystery general manager of Raw at one point, and it was like, it was like a laptop next to the ring that would like go, and then someone would have to read out what he was saying.
Michael Cole.
Yeah, I have a message from the Raw general manager. He's demanded a match between John Cena and blah blah, and it went on and on and on for ages, and then they just stopped doing it and nobody cared anymore. And it was like, well, who was it?
Yeah.
Who was it? And then there's a joke around. Basically, Hornswoggle on the internet is this joke where they're like, oh, it'll be Hornswoggle. It's like, he's Vince McMahon's son. And they're like, he'll be the mystery GM at some point. And then months later, he kind of came out from under the ring with a laptop and revealed it was him. And then that was just the end of the storyline. It's like just the weirdest ending. It's like they go into it like, right, we've got a good plan here. We're going to do this for 6 months and then it's going to pay off somehow. And then either plans change, something happens, someone doesn't get signed. And then they're just like, all right, fuck it, let's just do something else then. It's just the weirdest thing. You'd never be able to do that with, like, I don't know, Game of Thrones or something like that. You'd never get away with it.
I can kind of compare that to is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where just the police just come on and just stop the production.
But
And
they
it's
do
like,
it for
what?
comedic effect.
It's
Yeah.
comedic effect.
WWE, like, we've just run out of ideas.
Yeah, it's like didn't they do it in Dallas or something where they sort of completely absolved an entire series?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
who
it was
killed
just
JR?
And they just and it was just like the guy who was killed is actually back in the shower now, and it's like, was it all a dream? It's like, it was
just
You know what,
had this
I
horrible
can-
dream.
Can't believe that wrestling has never done and it was all a dream storyline.
Really?
I bet they
I don't think
Oh,
that's been done.
they'll
but
have
I
done
bet
something
they'd
They'll
be
try and
pretty
fall
good.
back on that
Yeah.
almost every time. There's going to be one person who's been pitching that since Dallas.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
trust AEW will do something like that at some point, I reckon. Like,
Nah, I think that's way more of a WWE thing. AEW do although it's been a bit shitty sometimes, it does tend to be more kind of rooted in reality a bit more.
Well, they had a match where Matt Hardy was dunked into a pool and he kept coming back up into different variations of himself.
Yeah, but that's
So
like
they
Matt
do-
Hardy, not AEW,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's his whole shtick. But that
Yeah.
was fantastic as well.
It
by
is,
the way.
but that's I mean, yeah, it's great. So they do kind of throw in the obscure. So would within their they have like
Yeah, I suppose how
feuds fighting in sort of different universes, don't they? Like
I get what you mean. I think what I'm saying is WWE would try and do it in a sincere way,
Oh, yeah.
whereas AEW would do it in that ironic kind of Orange
Tongue in
Cassidy
cheek.
kind of way.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would quite like to see it in the sincere way, I think, because
AEW
it would just be
genuinely
so
trying-
shit.
Vince waking up in 3 months' time and going, I'm back in charge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's rumours that he wants to come back. Have
he
you read
wants to
that
come back.
recently?
Yeah, that's how
They
they're going to do it,
always-
aren't they?
Everyone who's ever done that kind of horrible, shitty stuff, they wait until it just quietens down a little bit, and then they just
Yeah.
slowly
Yeah, there's-
edge their way
yeah.
back in.
There's a
I mean, he's been
documentary
like,
now.
oh, well, it would have all blown over and I got bad advice. It's like, Vince, Stephanie, Triple H, I wonder who was giving him that bad advice to step down.
Yeah.
Keys to the Kingdom, didn't they? So we didn't have a Christmas special last year. So I guess
No,
this is
this is
like your this is the podcast equivalent of like the day after the Christmas party when you're hungover, which is exactly what I am. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
it's not like a crazy, wacky, chaotic party. It's more of a kind of chilled out, hungover, watching
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way and Die Hard type of episode. What is the best Christmas wrestling gift you ever got, Dan? Go.
The best. It will have been a wrestling ring. An
Oh,
actual
that's a good
wrestling
one.
ring. Yeah.
Like a toy.
Yes.
Yeah, they were good.
And just a collection of. So that was it. So it was. I got the ring, which was an official WWF wrestling ring. But I'm from a not very poor. That's a bit disingenuous towards my parents. Pretty poor family. So like, I'd only get one big present.
Mm.
So clearly, those were quite expensive. Those rings, and I had a handful of wrestling action figures, but not enough to play wrestling with. So they went out and bought me some of the knockoff
Oh, I
wrestling-
remember them. Yeah.
wrestling figures, which I get. Like, I always look back in hindsight and sort of laugh at going the sort of stuff that my parents would buy me, and over times, like I remember my dad. I had some trainers, some Adidas trainers, and I ripped them. So, but we couldn't afford to get me another pair of Adidas trainers, so he went to the market and bought me some Adore trainers.
Oh,
So
look at
everyone
you
was just
now.
like- exactly,
Buying them in different countries. and
exactly,
Trying to
Yeah.
fraudulently
Trying to
take them
fraudulently
back.
take it back, yeah.
exactly.
Those
He,
those knockoff
knockoff
figures,
figures,
I
yeah.
used to they were always like the heels in my little
yeah.
figurine faction that I used to
Yeah.
play when I was younger, and they'd always like they'd be together, and like all the official
real
ones would be
ones.
like they take all the
goodies.
moves and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think I got like, I opened one box and I was like, oh, and it was not the real WWF logo. It was just like World Wrestling Figures. And the Rock's eyebrow was kind of like upside down, and I was just like, okay. But then I was like, fair. And then I opened the next one, and it was the same. And I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna have to love what I'm getting now, because I know the next eight boxes
There's a
are going to be
theme
these dodgy wrestling rings. Be happy that I've got the official WWF wrestling ring,
the ring.
and it had buttons that you could press, and it was just like
Oh, it made the
had
noises.
the noises of the crowd. And there was by
I always
God, a
wanted the
little
one
sort
with
of-
like the Titantron and the stage, the
yeah.
full setup, but I never got it.
no,
I used to have a because because I was into it when I was very young, and then kind of during the new generation kind of fell out a little bit. But my brother was into it before me a little bit, and he had like the big old school Hulkamania era blue ring, and
Yeah.
then had a few of the figures. So I had that, and then got his figures, and then obviously got like the Attitude Era type of figures as well. So I had like a full like legends versus new people. But you know what? It's so funny you said that. It's one of my biggest regrets is throwing away all that stuff as I got a bit older.
I was
Like,
going to say, do either
so
of you
it's-
still have them?
It's the one thing. Do you know what I do still have? Right on my desk. Hulk Hogan. From many years ago.
Oh,
Hulk
God.
Hogan with some severe hemorrhoids by the looks of it.
Hemorrhoids? What do you mean? He's not good.
It's a weird
Is it-
smile he's got going on.
He's a bit jaundice, maybe.
I was going to say it's very,
But
very
yeah.
oddly coloured.
I think that is the only. Oh, and I've also got the.
When did you get that then?
Well, when I was a kid. When I was very young, very, very, very young. It might be my brother's, and I just nicked it actually when I was a bit older. I also the only other thing I've got is the DX jersey.
Football jersey, isn't it?
Yeah, that my
I remember that lived on top of your TV at.
Oh, I had it on the
Gimmick,
wall,
yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time, and I'm like, how did you bring any lasses back? He goes, what's that? Oh, it's like me.
I also had a in that room. I had a bin bag on that was from a festival that me and Phil used to go to that had the
Oh,
logo of it,
yeah.
but it was actually just a bin bag that I'd put on my wall that I also found recently when I moved.
I was about to ridicule you for that, and then it just brought back loads of happy memories of going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've still got everything from when we went there. Actually,
I think I've still got most of it, yeah.
knocking about.
Do you have any anything that became any close gifts to wrestling, Phil, or was you completely?
I'm trying to sort of. The only thing that I can think of that probably present-wise as a little kid had a profound effect on how excited I got was getting the turtle van from the Mutant Ninja
Yeah, I had
Turtles.
that. Yeah, that was so good.
And I think I broke it in like a month. Like one of the doors just came off. I didn't really care. I'm quite easily pleased when it comes to gift buying. I'm just quite happy that someone's thought of me and put some money towards me.
What are both of your outside of wrestling happiest Christmas memories or best memory of Christmas?
I always used to get really excited about my grandparents coming over, because we weren't allowed to open presents until they got there, and until that happened, like my mum and dad would like closed the living room off and hidden all the presents and shit, and they always kept it like really exciting. I don't think I learned the truth about Santa for a couple until I was probably 9 or 10, maybe. I think I'd kind
Quite
of
old,
figured. I think I kind of figured it out because I was like, Santa's handwriting is very, very similar to both of my parents. As an adult now, it's more about having a day off. To be honest, I mean, I used to
Yeah,
work.
you don't have enough of them.
I used to work in the retail industry, basically since I left university, and Christmas was just horrible because, I mean, you just need to go out now, and I mean, not now because this will probably be coming out on Christmas Day. It's just shopping around Christmas time. It's just absolute hell for staff. Like, I think the last Christmas I ever worked, I genuinely felt like I was going to die because I was that ill and having to work as hard as you have to at Christmas, and it just completely did me in.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Was that the happy Christmas story you were
happy
expecting?
Yeah, that was
fucking.
You
Tiny
always
Tim
find a way
over
to
here.
make it
Mine's-
depressing, don't you? Jesus.
Mine's a weird one. Like, it's more because obviously because I lost my dad, and it's to do with my dad, and it's because it's not when you look back at it, it's not a funny thing, but then I look back at it fondly. So my dad forgot to give me my big Christmas present until Boxing Day.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this story before. So I think I must have been about 13, 14 years old, and I got a big TV for Christmas. That was my big Christmas present. It was a TV, and I already knew that I was getting a TV for my bedroom. So I went out and saved up because I was doing a paper round, and I bought myself a TV stand. And it was kind of like my mum said, yeah, go get yourself a TV stand. If you're going to get a TV for Christmas, then you may as well get a TV stand. And like, didn't stop me going out and buying one from, I think it was like £30 from Argos or something. So I bought that in the weeks leading up to Christmas, and my bedroom was set up and it had like CD stand stacked next to it and everything. So all I needed now was the TV.
Final
And,
piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
final piece of the puzzle. And Christmas Day rolls around, and normally what we used to do over Christmas was we'd have like at the end of the bed a sack full of little gifts and the pound coins of chocolate. Small
End of the bed.
Yeah, the end of the bed. So my dad used to come at Christmas in the middle of the night and drop a
Oh,
plastic,
right, okay.
like a Christmas.
I thought you meant like your entire family got into one bed at 14 years
Yeah.
old.
Like in
Like
Willy
Charlie,
Wonka.
yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate
It
Factory.
carried on until I was maybe 15. He'd drop out, and the as I got older, obviously the sack got a little bit less full of stuff.
I bet did he ever catch you having a wank?
He's like, leave me alone, Dad. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm emptying my sack now.
Launching bits of coal at him. Dan,
Yeah.
stop it.
Oh, that's another one as well. My dad actually left a bag of coal at, I think I was 11 years old. He left a bag of coal at the end of my bed, like trying to be funny.
Did he? Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
he did that. He did that funny, and then I was just like, ha ha ha, and he carried the joke on for about an hour, and he let everyone else, my brother and my sister, open their presents. I'm like, can I have my presents now? He was like, got you, didn't I? Happy Christmas. And it was a bag, a plastic bin bag full of coal and orange peel. And I'm like, how much effort did you go in to do that? So I'm
That's
like,
brilliant.
what the hell? But so that's one. But the idea this one is, as I say, open up our gifts, and it was like in a plastic bin bag full of, like, you'd go, oh yeah, Toblerone, ooh, Terry's chocolate orange and all that stuff. Go downstairs, and then we'd have a few other Christmas gifts from under the tree, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger, or more expensive. And then we'd always have that one big Christmas present, and I think my brother and sister had like bikes and something else that Christmas. And then it came to me, but there was. I look back at it now, and my mum always said, "Oh, there was a lot going on," and I'm like, "Was there?" And it seems to be there was a lot going on. So they'd done Alex, they'd done Lauren, and then they'd forgotten about me, and he'd just assumed. Apparently, my dad had assumed that I'd already given me the present, because I then had Christmas dinner. I went round to Lance's, one of my friends, and he said to me, "Oh, have you had your Christmas? Have you had your TV yet?" And I was like, "No, I haven't got it yet." He's like, "But the year previous, it was my bike, and I didn't get my bike until like 9 p.m. that night. He'd like to sort of like extend Christmas,
Spread it out
throughout the day." And I remember getting my bike at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And he bought like lights for it as well, so we could go out on the street and ride them on the street. And I'm like, I would have liked it at 9 a.m. this morning, so I could have spent all day on it. But okay. So yeah, and it was just like 7:30. He's like, "Oh yeah, he'll give you it when you get home." So I went back home and then just sat in the front room, waited and waited. And waited.
Where was it? Is it not under the tree? How do they forget to give a massive
it was in
telly?
my mum and dad's room had a big walk-in cupboard.
Oh,
so
right.
they stored it in there. And
Got ya.
yeah, and then I just kind of went to bed, and I was just
than-
like, they haven't got. And I was like, did they not get me it? And I was just like, oh, I didn't get it. So then, like, the next morning, I woke up, and my dad was like, "Daniel, come here." And I was like, "What?" And he said, "Happy Christmas." I thought I'd drag it out over there. I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And I was just like, "Oh yeah." Opened it up, and then obviously a few years later, like one of the last conversations I had with my dad was about the TV, and he was like, "Yeah, I forgot to do it." And I'm like, "What?" So yeah, he managed to sort of try and salvage it the following day, but yeah. Well, it was just a really sort of nice memory of kind of going, that was pretty much kind of like what it got. As I say, I think I must have been 13, because yeah, it was like Christmas after Christmas after Christmas. It was one Christmas he tried playing the game of here's coal and orange peel. The next Christmas was I'm gonna give you a Christmas present, which is a bike which you want to go out on all day. I'll give you it in the middle of the night. And then the following Christmas, he forgot to give me the bloody Christmas present altogether.
I think that that says a lot about kind of your parents though, and your family, that they wanted to kind of spread the joy as much as they could.
Last it as long as they could possibly do.
It's
Yeah,
very, very nice and sweet story.
Yeah. What about you, Carl? What's your fondest memory of Christmas as a child?
I don't. Oh, do you want to know? It's not my fondest, but
That's it, isn't it? It's like
my most memorable, I think, Christmas moment is this is this is going to make me sound pathetic.
Oh, okay.
So I remember, right, when I was really young. I must have been like 5 or 6, I think. And my brother and sister are a bit older than me, and my mum, some reason, got this idea into my head that this would be a great idea. She was like, let's make a proper Christmas cake. And we made it with like all like the icing and made kind of Christmas tree and presents on it, like all out of icing. So like a lot of effort went in, and I'm sure we were making this cake for like months, but it probably wasn't. But in my head, I remember like, oh yeah, the cake's hidden there, and it was over here yesterday, and it's up there today because we're trying to keep, we keep adding to it and changing it and whatnot. And then I remember it was like, I think it was Boxing Day, we like got it out, and my mum was like, oh, we'll get your cake out, it's gonna be like a really nice little moment. And got the cake out. It was like, oh, we've been like working on this together, like on a little project, like surprise. And my brother, my sister, and my brother just all laughed at me, and I ran off crying. Just absolutely humiliated me for it.
What? Why?
Which I think is why I'm so cynical now.
It's like, right, well, that's how the world's going to treat you now, Carl. You've got to go and mentally prepare for this.
Genuinely right. I don't even know why, because I had a brilliant childhood, absolutely amazing childhood. Couldn't ask for a better one. Really, really loving family. But for some reason, that moment sticks out so much when I think of Christmas memories.
Oh, dear.
The trauma of your siblings bullying
Yeah,
you.
and my own dad. Just
Really?
laughing at me. Yeah, they all just piss themselves. I think my dad was the one leading the charge.
Why do they laugh? Have they ever
I don't
explained
know.
this
I think probably the cake was shit. But it probably looked crap, but I was also a child trying to do something nice. I mean, you know what my dad's like anyway. He's not exactly he's my dad is just all about taking the piss and having a laugh. So it's much like myself. So it's if he laughed at me now, I'd love it. But back then, I was a sensitive little boy,
5-year-old boy,
laughing at you.
poured your heart into.
Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder I'm such a cynical fucker, and and equally
Christmas.
never grew up in love wrestling.
Fair.
But yeah, but no, I had a load of like really happy kind of memories. We used to, I mean, we just had a good childhood in general.
We used to always, when I was very young, we used to always record Christmas.
Like a podcast.
Yeah. It's
What
like
do you
a
mean?
very, very
You mean
old
like
podcast.
filming?
We'd borrow my granddad's camcorder and we'd record it, so we could go back and we could see like how annoying I was as a child. Oh, because my parents used to just love like turning the camera on and then getting me and my sister to just perform for them, and we were very happy to oblige. Like, if you think that I'm, bad now, holy shit! There's a video of me.
What do you mean bad now? Like annoying?
Yeah, just annoying and wanting to
Bit of a piece of shit.
be a bit in the limelight and slightly attention seeking. There is a home video somewhere of me singing Silent Night. But am I going to sing it? Am I singing it in English? No, I'm not. I'm singing it in the original German because I'm a little prick.
You are a little pretentious fucker, aren't you? Even back then.
Daddy,
Could you
sing?
Could you find that and tack it onto the end of this episode?
Yeah,
I hope
that'd be
so,
great.
Yeah. But yeah, me and my sister always used to do like a song or something. I think just to
one of those like
fill the
Hallmark style Christmas.
But that, as I was sort of alluded to before, like it's nice to then see how excited I got to see my family coming over, not necessarily because of who they were, but the fact that it then meant right, Gran and Sandy,
Christmas is starting.
I can open my presents now.
Yeah. Have you got any Christmas traditions that are sort of still holding strong? As we're old, cynical bastards now?
Nah, not really. Other than spending it with my dad. I think I've done that. I think I've done that every single Christmas. He makes amazing food. I'm very much looking forward to eating quite a lot.
What was the question, Dan? Any Christmas traditions?
Yeah, that you've sort of, or if not old Christmas traditions, but are you trying to sort of forge new ones now as as obviously, because I'm now at the age that my parents were when they had me, and I'm at the age now where my parents would have had all three of their kids together, so they'll have had their Christmases. I've got no kids now myself.
None of us do.
No, none of us do.
We try and make a new tradition, like one new tradition every year. We tend to do.
Yeah.
So we
nice.
we every Christmas Eve we get Chinese. We every Christmas morning we shit it back out through the ivy needle. Christmas Eve, you get Christmas pajamas as your present.
Yeah, that's
in the
nice.
house. What else? We've got loads. We've got loads that we do. Just like
Yeah.
bits and bobs. We're starting to now. Like last year, I was obviously living in Spain, but my mum and dad were over. So like on Boxing Day, we went to theirs with leftovers, and
Yeah.
now we're all in the UK, so we're going to do the same this year.
Yeah.
Take my 9 dog.
There's that weird thing, isn't there, when you get a partner, and then all of a sudden Christmas comes around, and you have to decide which family you're going to, and how you sort of
Yeah.
divvy up the time, and how do you see everyone.
Do you know what? I think that's worse when you're a bit younger and a couple. I think when you're like our age, it's a bit more like we're just going to do our own thing.
Yeah,
But maybe I just don't. Because
if you're like
It
early
depends
20s,
on.
I
Yeah,
think it's
depends on-
bad if you're early 20s and you or the point where you have kids. I think the in between stage, it's kind of like what you're going to do, sit around and just
because there's
chat.
always reasons as to why you want to go to where you want to go, and then there's also reasons as to why you don't want to go to the same place.
But my kind of feeling with, not that I ever complain about going on holiday, because who would? But one of the bad things about going on holiday is that you book time off work, and then it's travel, blah blah blah. And I tend to have I don't like to just sit around doing nothing on a beach somewhere. I like to do things.
Yeah.
So sometimes you end up more tired than you were before the holiday in some respects. But Christmas is like the one time of year you have off and you can literally just relax and do nothing.
Yeah.
So therefore, I like to do as little travel as possible. That's why I didn't come home. For 5 years I was in Spain, I don't think I ever came home for Christmas because I didn't want to do the travel. I just wanted to stay and relax in my home. Which
mine was extreme. I remember because I did come home because that was the only time that I really could for an extended period of time when I lived in Thailand. So it was just like
you didn't live in Thailand.
I know. How many episodes have I gone before
without in Thailand
without mentioning that on the podcast? Like
it really doesn't come up as often as it
I try not to because I try so hard not to mention it.
Because then we'll actually have it recorded physically.
Yeah,
and we can just put it all together. We're gonna have a nice little episode of just mentioning that.
So that one time. But yeah, mine was the travel. But that's what I kind of. It was always part of my life, anyways. Like I spent most of it, like just at Christmas going back to Hull. So so the travel was part of it. But I'd always had that make sure I have that buffer of being able to relax before, relax afterwards. So when I'd travel from Lincoln to Hull, London to Hull, and then obviously Thailand to Hull, and then obviously since I met my wife, we think from the get-go it was very much Christmas was spent with her family, and then go to my family on Boxing Day, which was kind of like similar to what my mum and dad did with me as kids.
It's usually the trade-off, isn't it?
But like my mum, we didn't know her side, so it was just always my dad's side. But we'd have Christmas at home, and then Boxing Day would go to my nana. So the whole extension of Christmas was again still continued through the family through time back then. So like this year, we're still going to her parents. But then from next year, when we've got our house, which is a bit bigger, and we can host, we're gonna then take over the tradition of hosting Christmas, and that'll be sort of my family coming to stay here, and then sharing it with the two families over on Christmas Day. Yeah.
Passing of the Christmas torch.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what?
And then sort of like having a big Christmas.
I was going to say a wreath. I was like, you don't set wreaths on fire.
Set the wreath on fire. Well, this is we've got a wreath, and it's like apparently that's going to get stored for the year, and I'm like, is it really? So I don't know what magic.
Mate, we had autumn decorations out, and now they've been replaced with Christmas ones, and
God,
year-round decorations.
You know how you were saying you take on a new tradition every year, Carl? Yeah. I found some traditions from other countries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just like the
bit weird and wonderful
KFC thing that they eat KFC for lunch or something.
Yeah. So in Venezuela,
close
to Colombia, I believe.
Yeah.
Hola.
There's a time when they have a Christmas mass and everyone travels there on roller skates.
Roller skates, okay.
Roller skates. They like shut
The only
down
way
the
to
main
travel.
roads in the city,
And they all
so everyone
travel
can
on
roller skate into
mass.
Christmas mass.
That's
Do you
interesting.
know,
Is there a reason behind that?
I mean, if there was, I didn't read it.
Oh, right.
I was just like,
Good
that's
research.
funny,
You
isn't
just-
it?
Yeah.
You're like the
That
Daily
little
Mail.
thing.
Just give us the headline.
Rollerblading's weird, isn't it? Because it was massive at one point, and then
Yeah,
it just went because of that one joke. It felt like, but it still like boomed at one point, and then it was
I
just
was.
like
I did.
Well, the Venezuelans clearly
They
don't give a
love
shit.
that's still going.
Yeah. Mine was inline skating, but that was because I couldn't skateboard. So I hung out with the skateboarders in my hometown, and because I couldn't
And
skateboard,
you had your little skates.
so I got some aggressive inline skates.
Blades,
So,
pair of blades.
rollerblades, exactly.
Yeah, I had a pair of
rollerblades.
blades.
Right, Catalonia,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
they have what they call a defecating log, right, which is essentially like a piñata, but it's an actual. When I say a log, are you thinking like log as in like a tree, or log
Or
as in
you-
slang for
Shit.
slang
Well,
for shit? I mean slang for
because
shit.
but now
because
you're
you said
saying-
defecating log,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
immediately went to poo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot I said that.
You basically said shitty log. Are you thinking of shit? Yes, I am, because
Yeah,
you
I
just said
did.
shit.
Yeah, I did. That's very true.
What is it?
So like it's like a piñata. They fill it up like over the Christmas period with sweets
shit.
and fruit and things like that,
Oh.
and then they sing a song that translates to "If you don't crap well, I will beat you with a stick."
If you
and then
don't
they hit
crap,
it.
well, then I'll beat you with a stick.
The stick. If you don't crap well, I'll beat you with a stick.
So is
Yeah,
that so? And that's like it is pinata.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
log.
That-
A log.
It
Yeah.
feels like that should be like Russian roulette, and a certain part of it is just shit. In it? If you hit the wrong bit, you just get caked.
Covered in.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, in Japan as well, they they have KFCs.
They do have KFC. Yeah. That's
They do.
like that's their traditional Christmas dinner. Is they go to KFC.
Yeah, and it was just a genius piece. I thought there was going to be some sort of funny story behind it, but it just turns out it's just a genius piece of marketing from KFC. They just said this is what they do in America, and
And they were like, yeah.
they went, okay,
We'll
we
go do
take
that.
your word for it.
Because I don't think they had any traditions before that, did they?
No.
Around Christmas, yeah. So I guess it's quite easy to just slide in there and take it.
Exactly, with a KFC family bucket. So yeah. Anyways, happy Christmas.
Do you say
Sure.
crappy Christmas?
Crappy, happy. No,
Oh,
no, because that's
Dan's
in
thinking he's
Venezuela,
in
isn't it?
Catalonia again.
that's
Catalonia,
it, you're in
sorry, yeah.
Catalonia with your little shit log.
If you can't shit
Um,
properly, bash the log.
Right, that'll do, won't it?
We're
Merry
right.
Christmas,
Happy
New
Christmas.
Year.
We are wrapping this podcast
Yeah,
up. Put
that's
right under the
it.
tree.
That's it from your favorite, possibly forever, for your favorite wrestling podcast.
With a lad from Hull.
But for this week, we're all tapped out.